Good morning, Year 4s. It's Miss Margetts here. Happy Tuesday. Let's start with our English. So, we are going to begin with some total recall. You can either write this on a scrap piece of paper or very neatly into your English book. Okay, so we've got last term, 2 last terms, and one which was actually yesterday. So, what are the nouns in this sentence? The man jumped onto the wall. Have a think, pause if you need to, write it into your books. The nouns in that sentence are man and wall. Jumped is my verb. Okay, write down the fronted adverbial. This is a very handy recap today. Quickly, the little girl sprinted through the enchanted forest. Now, where is my fronted adverbial? It's quickly. It's telling me how the girl sprinted. Also, a very handy reminder, quite often adverbs will have an ly at the end. And choose the correct homophone. This is from yesterday. Stand over there. We know that correct homophone should be T-H-E-R-E. Imagine the R is an arrow, so it's telling us where something is or where something should be. For example, stand over there. Okay, so we have the title and the date and the wilf for you guys to get into your books. Make sure you try your neatest and you use a ruler when you're underlining. So pause the video and join me in a second. Fantastic job, guys. So today we are making links and we are thinking about those links being made in a minute. And we're also being resourceful because we are using a particular word bank that we've used previously to help us with our writing. So we're being resourceful and we are making links. Okay, just to help warm up our brains, let's look at the picture below. You might recognize this. So tell me, what time of day is it? How are they flying? And what are they doing? These questions will help us to think of some fronted adverbials today. So what time of day is it? How are they flying and what are they doing? Pause the video, have a chat with either a parent or a sibling around you, or you can just shout at the screen. Okay, so today we're exploring fronted adverbials. Now, what is a fronted adverbial? A fronted adverbial is when a word or a phrase is put at the start of a sentence. Now we can have adverbs or adverbials, but the difference with a fronted adverbial is that it comes at the start of a sentence and it's followed by a comma. It must have a comma. And it explains how, when, or where something is being done. The manner, the time, or the place. So, let's make some links. We've got, in year 3, we were looking at very simple fronted adverbials, or an adverb. So, for example, we've got slowly, the boy tiptoed through the forest. Slowly, ending in ly, but being followed by a comma. So it's a fronted adverb. Slowly, the boy tiptoed through a forest. Now, in year 4, we're up-leveling that. We're progressing with that knowledge, and now we're using a range of fronted adverbs. So, in the middle of the night, the boy tiptoed through the forest. So let's go on a fronted adverbial hunt. Pause the video here, guys. I've got 5 fronted adverbials in this text. I'm going to read it and then we'll find them together. So, before the sunrise, I woke up and immediately ate my breakfast. In the blink of an eye, my breakfast had vanished from my plate. It was my favourite breakfast. Probably cheese if it was me. After I had got dressed, I decided to go outside to play on my brand new emerald green bike. It has front suspension so I can quickly cycle downhill on it. Before long, it began to rain, so I reluctantly put my bike away in the shed and went back inside. In the kitchen, I could smell pizza bubbling away in the oven, which made my stomach grumble. Ought to know that I absolutely adore pizza, so my stomach will often grumble if I can smell pizza. So let's go on our fronted adverbial hunt. So before the sunrise is one fronted adverbial, as it's telling me when something is happening. In the blink of an eye is my next fronted adverbial. In the blink of an eye. After I had got dressed is my next fronted adverbial because it's telling me when something is happening. And then, I don't want you to get confused here, but this was a bit of a trick one. Don't think, guys, that although quickly is an adverb, it's telling me how something is happening, because it's not at the beginning of a sentence and it's not followed by a comma, this is not a fronted adverbial. Before long is my next fronted adverbial. So there's my fourth. It's telling me when something is happening. And lastly, I've got in the kitchen. It's telling me where this next thing is happening, and it's followed by a comma. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you've got those, guys, well done. Great job. And if you haven't, keep persevering. Okay, so we're moving on to our tasks now, and your task is to think of an appropriate fronted adverbial to use in either bronze, silver or gold. They're very similar to bronze, silver or gold. So let's do this one together. I need to fill in the blank spaces. So something, Hiccup held his heavy, shiny sword. Now I've got my word bank here. Which word would fit best into that sentence? Soon, bravely, quietly, or noisily? Soon, Hiccup held his heavy, shiny sword. You could use that one. I personally would use bravely, because I always imagine Hiccup being very brave, having to hold up a very heavy, shiny sword. So I would use bravely, and make sure you've got that comma. Hiccup held his heavy, shiny sword. Also got an expanded noun phrase there for heavy and shiny as it's describing the sword. And then secondly, something, Hiccup tiptoed beside of the dragon, trying not to wake it. Now I want to think of an appropriate fronted adverbial here. Would noisily be an appropriate fronted adverbial for the second sentence? Noisily, Hiccup tiptoed beside of the dragon, trying not to wake it. That wouldn't work, would it? We would want quietly, Hiccup tiptoed beside the dragon, trying not to wake it. Quietly works much better. It's much more of an appropriate fronted adverbial to use. Now we've got silver and gold here. So silver, you're choosing a fronted adverbial from the tramp map, which is on the next page, to complete each sentence. And you might want to go off piste a bit and think of your own fronted adverbials. For gold, you're again using the tramp word map on the next page, but you're using the pictures below to create your own sentences using fronted adverbials. So here is the tramp map that you're familiar with, although they do have different examples on this time. But what I want you to do is pause the video here, choose bronze, silver or gold, and you're rewriting each of the sentences into your book. So pause the video and join me in a minute for a quick pit stop. Okay, fantastic effort, guys. Keep it up. Now, I have got a fronted adverbial here used in a sentence, but what I want you to tell me is that an appropriate fronted adverbial? Why or why not? Slowly, the fierce dragon soared through the sky as quick as a flash. Does slowly work? Or, because it's saying it soared through the sky as quick as a flash, does that work? It doesn't, does it? What we could use instead, actually, is just take as quick as a flash out of that and take that to the beginning. As quick as a flash, the fierce dragon soared through the sky. Slowly definitely is not appropriate for that one. Okay, guys, well done. So that's our pit stop. Finish off your sentences and join me for a plenary in a minute. Fantastic effort today, guys. So for our plenary today, what I want you to do is choose a coloured pencil of your choice and grab a ruler. I want you to underline each of your fronted adverbials. So we've got time, reason, manner or place. So underline the fronted adverbials you've used and tell me whether it's time, reason, manner or place. If you don't have those particular colours, guys, please don't worry. Just use what you've got at home, because I know it's a slightly different layout to what we're used to, so don't worry. So get that one done, guys. And then we have finished our English for today. So fantastic efforts. You've worked beautifully well again. Remember to ask any questions that you've got. We're always around during the school day to give you a helping hand if you need it. Or if you've got a concern or a worry, make sure you message your teacher on Teams privately and they can get back to you. Okay, we miss you very much and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.